Hello, Phoenix. Meow meow, it's me. Can you tell that I have a love hate relationship with Phoenix, Arizona? I feel that this city has brought me like so much pain. I know that as you grow, you um live, but I really associate a bunch of things with the city and the people here working here. But at the same time, experiences that I would not have even thought about from a small town, coming from a small town in Texas. Anyways, so I'm gonna be sharing the park recommendations in Phoenix around the Phoenix area, and I'm not really gonna go into specific cities. I really think all of this is just Phoenix as a whole, and I'm gonna go from this is speaking for marathon training in particular. So I'm going to be going from where to go for your longest run to where to go for your shorter runs and little things about each park. So, first is the green belt. The green belt is an out and back, and the amount of time that I would spend here is an hour plus. Restrooms, they are not exactly on the green belt. You would have to park at a park that's on the green belt or a park that's across the street from the green belt. It goes from Tempe all the way to Paradise Valley, North Scottsdale, and there's parks that are on it throughout the path or across the street. I would recommend this park for long runs. What I like and dislike about this park, so I like that there are underpasses. I love that this is perfect for long runs. I mean, it's just the perfect path for a long run. And there are water fountains along the way. It's well lit, it's clean. The path is pretty well marked to where you can't really get lost or like miss one of the turns, I feel. And what I dislike is that when you get to the North Scottsdale area, there are no water fountains anymore. The water fountains stop like somewhere Phoenix slash Paradise Valley. And when the water fountains stop, also it becomes less lit. So there are no um I'm thinking spotlights, but there's no lights eventually like north in the green belt. So moving on to Papago Park. Papago Park will be loops, and the time that I would spend there is 30 minutes to 90 minutes. Restrooms, nope, no restrooms. I would recommend Papago Park for a hill workout, a recovery run. And what I'm saying with recovery run is like pretty much like a medium length run, like anywhere from 30 to like 1 hour runs. Recovery run and tempo runs. I've done tempo runs here. What I like is that you're going to be doing mountain running, so wear appropriate shoes. And I like that there's a marked 5K trail that is pretty well marked. There's only like two spots where you really will need to know where to go because it's not well marked in two spots of the path. And it's a pretty safe hike. So if you're new to hiking, there's a bunch of places around Phoenix to do that. And I feel that Papago, you're probably not gonna die there if you get lost, because it's kind of like a mountain park in the middle of the freaking street, pretty much. So it is a pretty well sized mountain park, but like I said, it's in the middle of a street, so it's relatively safe. And what I dislike is that there are no restrooms, and all the mountain parks around here close at sunset, so versus the other parks close at 10:30. Moving on to Chaparral Park. Ugh, this is a great park. So you're going to be doing loops or it could also be an out and back. And there's, I call it kind of more like an extension to this park, would be Camelback Park, that is right below it. You just need to cross a street and you are now on Camelback Park. So they are sort of connected. And the time that I would spend here is 40 minutes to 90 minutes. Restrooms, yes. There's actually multiple restrooms along Chaparral Park. And I would recommend this for longish runs. Not too long, up to 90 minutes. Um, recovery runs, long runs, tempo runs. What I dislike, I like everything about this park. When I first started running, this was kind of like my usual until I started getting out of my comfort zone from this park. It's a great park to start running at. I like that it's well lit, it's safe. There's a dog park there. People are playing sports there all the time. I see people fishing there. It's a great park. Moving on to El Dorado Park slash Vista del Camino. It's kind of like Chaparral, where these two are kind of connected. You just need to cross a little street. Um, so you could do a loop or an out and back at El Dorado. The time that I would spend here would be 40 minutes to an hour. Restrooms, restrooms here are 50-50. Uh, I've gone there and they've been closed, so I don't really trust these restrooms to be open. When I come here, I just pretty much plan on the restroom being closed. One time I wasn't even going to the restroom because I don't plan on going, and I saw someone that was going into the men's and it was closed. So I just 50-50. I don't really trust these to be open. I would recommend this for short runs, recovery runs, and speed runs. What I dislike, I like that it's well lit, it's safe, it's cute. There's an area, I don't think it's El Dorado, but like Vista del Camino, like I said, they're pretty much the same park to me, where there's ponds along the way, and there's water lilies in an area of Vista del Camino, and there's like a stream that runs across El Dorado. There's ponds. Like I said, it's cute. What I dislike is the restroom situation, and that it can feel busier because it's sort of a smaller park than, for example, Chaparral. So it can feel a little busy sometimes, but I think it's just because it's a little small. Next is Veterans Oasis. Veterans Oasis is my favorite park around Phoenix. It's a beautiful park. So it's a loop, and the time that I would spend here is less than 90 minutes. Restrooms, yes. The only time that I've seen them close was during like the 2020 freak out. And I would recommend this for speed runs, like great for uh interval speed runs and uh tempo runs. What I dislike, I love this park. Like same as the other things, well lit, safe. The restrooms, you can always trust those to be open. Um, there are some light pillars where I can actually do one of my post run stretches how I like a standing split kind of thing. The pillar is just high enough for me to get that standing split there, or like put my foot there. Um, the veteran part of this park is this it's like an art installation based on pillars and like a grassed area, and the pillars have a double meaning. I've actually, the first time that I went there was just this year into that memorial area, and I couldn't believe it was the first time that I saw that because it's beautiful. It's beautifully done. So, what I also like is that there's low light pollution in this area of town, so it's a great view of the night sky. What I dislike, the only thing that I dislike is that it's a bit of a drive from me, but it's totally worth it. And oh, what I also like is that there's a solar walk at Veterans Oasis. So it's like the solar system, and I think it's perfect because it's round. So, and I don't know if I said this, but Veterans Oasis is a loop. Next is Herberger Park. Herberger Park is an out and back. The time that I would spend here is less than an hour. Restrooms, yes, um, but there are no stalls in the restrooms. And I can only speak for the girls' restroom, but I think that is just ridiculous. I've thought about writing to the city about this. I would recommend this for short runs or recovery runs. What I like dislike, I like that the sunset looks really pretty here. It's quite um I don't know why. I feel like the sunset you get a really good view of the sunset here. And I like that there's a waterfall area in this park, and it's a good place to see runners all the time. So, like, before I started coming to this park, I was like, where is this park? Like, where do you park? Because I would always see runners there. So, I think it's a good place to feel like you're a Phoenician runner and you're part of the people around here that are trying to make themselves a better person by coming here and running. What I dislike is that the restrooms have no stalls and that half of the path is not paved. And what I mean by that is that if you go west, which I don't do anymore, I will always go east when I go there, is that half of the path is not paved and it's not even like a trailish loose rock type of path trail. It's straight up like dirt. So after it rains sometimes there's huge d- like divots in there on the dirt path, and you're focusing more on where you're stepping rather than the run. So I feel like half of it you can't really run in. So yeah. And um next is Old Cross Cut Park. So Old Cross Cut is an out and back. The time that I would spend here is less than 50 minutes. Old Prescott is a total of 2 miles. So if you do an out and back, it'll be a total of 4 miles if you want to do the whole park, you know. Restrooms, no. What I would recommend this park for is short runs. What I like, dislike, I like the path. I like that it's kind of like a winding road and there's grass all around and trees. It can be very serene to go run there. It's well lit at night. What I dislike about this park is that there are no parking lots. So it's really tricky where to park. I've done some trial and error. The park is behind a bunch of neighborhoods. So I've tried parking like on a weird street on these neighborhoods, but it's busy. So I feel like my car is gonna get towed, or the garbage is not gonna be able to go through because my car is parked there. So either park where it starts south, which is um like where this like 7-Eleven is. But I would never park at the 7-Eleven. I would park across the street from the 7-Eleven. Now what I would recommend is to start north. So start north of this park. You will have to cross the street. It's a plaza that has like some shops, like a restaurant and dry cleaners. So I park in that plaza, cross the street, and run south on Old Prescott. And the last park I'd recommend is Riverview Park. Riverview Park is a loop. The time that I would spend here is less than 35 minutes. Restrooms, it's 50-50. Um, I would recommend this for short runs and speed runs. What I like is that there's a Chick-fil-A across the street. So if I plan on getting Chick-fil-A afterwards, I go to this park sometimes, and it has a great stretching opportunities. So there's like this huge jungle gym area with like the net type of jungle gym things, and it's great for me to actually do like the stretch that I like in there. And it's cute. There's a pond. There's like a water fountain that has colored lights at night, so that's nice to see. And there's also like a really cute like winding trail on this park that goes like up on a mountain, and there's a couple benches, and then you can like run down of it. It's really interesting. I've never seen that before. And what I dislike again is the restroom situation. I've been there and they've been closed sometimes in the morning. So, and I didn't even go like 6 a.m. early in the morning. I'm pretty sure it was like 8 or 9, and they were closed off. There is like a porta potty like by one of the parking areas at this park, but it's not the same as a restaurant. So that was my park recommendations in Phoenix. And if you are training for a marathon in Phoenix, I feel like I just did a lot of the field work for you. So go enjoy, go explore. Don't run at the same park all the time if you are running. And I will see you in my next Flying Pig vlog.